Is smoking actually good for you? That might sound absurd now, but for decades, this dangerous idea was pushed by powerful interests. What if we told you that science once supported smoking not because it was safe, but because it was bought? Let's take a closer look at how cigarette companies twisted the truth, and why some of that legacy still lingers today. In the early 20th century, smoking was widely seen as normal, even glamorous. Doctors appeared in ads, movie stars smoked on screen, and some early studies seemed to back up its harmlessness. Some even claimed health benefits, relieving stress, aiding digestion, and helping people stay thin. For example, a 1939 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, by Peabody suggested that smoking could calm nerves, an idea echoed in popular culture, Peabody, 1939. However, much of this evidence didn't come from independent science, it came from the tobacco industry itself. This widespread acceptance wasn't by chance, it was carefully crafted by tobacco companies who funded studies and advertisements to portray smoking as safe and even helpful. This misleading narrative hid the true health risks, delaying public awareness and regulation for decades. Despite overwhelming evidence of harm, smoking has remained an iconic symbol in popular culture, often linked with coolness, composure, and strategic thinking. Take Tommy Shelby from Peaky Blinders, for example. Whether he's negotiating high-stakes deals or facing life-threatening situations, Tommy's cigarette serves as a visual cue of his calm, calculated nature, helping him appear unshaken even when failure isn't an option. Similarly, James Bond, the quintessential suave spy, is often portrayed smoking as a way to maintain his cool under pressure, reinforcing the idea that a cigarette can help steady nerves and sharpen focus. These characters shape a lingering cultural myth that smoking is somehow connected to mental clarity and resilience in the face of danger, despite overwhelming scientific evidence to the contrary. Their on-screen habits glamorize smoking, making it seem like a tool for strength and control, even as the health risks continue to mount. Starting in the 1950s, growing epidemiological evidence linked smoking to lung cancer and other diseases. The landmark British doctors' study by Dahl and Hill, 1954, published in BMJ, was among the first to firmly establish the causal link between smoking and lung cancer. Dahl and Hill, 1954. Yet, tobacco companies didn't respond by warning the public, they fought back. The Tobacco Industry Research Committee, TIRC, formed in 1954, was a front for funding scientists to cast doubt. Internal memos revealed their strategy: doubt is our product, glance at all, 1996. Industry-funded studies often appeared in journals like Tobacco Science, which selectively published results minimizing smoking's harms, Proctor, 2012. A study analyzing industry documents found that the tobacco industry employed manufactured uncertainty by selectively funding research that questioned established health risks, Barrow et al., 1994. This delayed regulatory action and confused the public for decades. Though clear evidence linked smoking to cancer in the 1950s, tobacco companies deliberately sowed doubt by funding misleading research. This delayed regulations and confused the public, showing how they manipulated science to protect profits over health. Although tobacco advertising is banned in many countries, industry tactics persist in new forms. The rise of e-cigarettes and vaping has brought a new wave of industry-funded research. Some studies funded or influenced by vaping companies promote vaping as harmless or a healthy alternative, despite limited long-term data, Glantz and Barham, 2018. Independent reviews published in the Lancet and Addiction journals highlight concerns over vaping's effects on lung and cardiovascular health, urging caution despite industry claims, Gotts et al., 2019. National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, 2018. This was not just a PR campaign, it was a public health disaster. The World Health Organization estimates over 8 million deaths annually due to tobacco use, WHO, 2021. Many deaths result from decades of misinformation and denial. A meta-analysis in the New England Journal of Medicine showed smoking increases mortality risk by 2 to 3 times for heart disease and lung cancer, Thun et al., 2013. These sobering statistics reflect the cost of the tobacco industry's deception. So, is smoking good for you? Of course not. But for years, powerful interests made it seem that way, not through truth, but through distortion. The story of tobacco is a warning: when profit outweighs ethics, even science can be weaponized. As consumers and citizens, we need to stay skeptical, not just of what we're told, but of who's doing the telling.